What's up guys, Nathan here, and today I'm going to give you the top 5 signs that you are a good poker player. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so there's a lot that goes into a long-term consistent winning poker player. It's not just about knowing what cards to play in what situations. There's the whole mental side of the game. There's how you conduct yourself at the poker table, and so on and so forth. I'm going to cover it all in today's video. Alright, so number 1 is you've mastered a basic, solid winning strategy. Guys, this is where everything begins in poker. I mean, after you learn the rules of the game, of course. I'm going to assume in this video that you understand if a flush beats a straight and so on. So you've learned the basic rules, you know how the betting works in poker and so forth. So now you need to learn a basic strategy. So you need to learn what hands to play from which positions at the poker tables, when to raise, when to re-raise, when to fold, and also on the post-flop streets, you need to know when to bet, raise, call, fold, and so on at every single stage of the hand, depending on what your hand is, what the community cards are, and what kind of player type you're up against. If you have not mastered a basic, tight, and aggressive winning poker strategy yet, I would highly suggest just downloading my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. It's a 60-page free little guide that walks you step by step through the basic winning strategy. All right, so sign number 2 that you are a good poker player is you regularly beat your friends at the game. Guys, we all started out playing in home games, at least most of us did, and the first sign that you're going to be a poker savant, that you're going to get ahead in this game, is that you're able to beat your friends in your Friday night $5, $10 beer money home game. Guys, this is where the vast majority of poker gets played, and you need to understand how to beat other relative beginners, which is usually what you find in these games. You find a lot of people that are just limping into the pot. They don't know how to bet properly. They don't know how to gauge the strength of their hand, and so on. So it has to start here, guys. You have to learn the simple strategies to beat very basic level players like this. I actually wrote an entire book on that called Crushing the Micro Stakes, on how to beat loose, passive players like this. By the way, I'll have links to everything in the description below. Let's move on to sign number 3 that you are a good poker player, and that is that you beat low limit live or online cash games or tournaments. So this is the next step up, guys. Once you start playing online or in a casino, the competition tends to get a little bit higher. You know, people are more serious. You know, they come there, you're playing against a table full of strangers, and you know, you're there to take their money, they're there to take your money. It's a pretty simple process, and it doesn't have that level of sort of jovial camaraderie that you have with your friends on a Friday night, where nobody really is taking things too seriously. So by the time you start playing online or live, you need to start studying a little bit more on the side. You know, I would highly suggest reviewing your hands in a program like Poker Tracker. I'll have links to that in the description below. You can sign up for training courses. You can start reading higher level strategy books. You can watch videos like this. You can even hire a coach. The bottom line, guys, is you need to start testing yourself. I would suggest playing low stakes first, online or live, and once you can start consistently beating these games, that's definitely going to be one of the top signs that you are a good poker player. Let's move on to sign number 4 that you have mastered this game, and that is that you take bad beats in stride. Guys, we've all seen the guy or girl, whether it's online or live at the casino, who's constantly complaining about their terrible luck, all those Miracle River cards that always bring them down. And guys, as I always say, these are people that have already cracked mentally. These are people that are not likely to have long-term success in this game because they've allowed the game to get to them emotionally. As a long-term winning poker player like yourself, you understand that this is a game of constant ups and downs, and that there is no smooth graph. Nobody ever wins like that. Even if you are the best poker player in the world, you're going to have many, many losing days. This is an integral part of the game that is built in this short-term luck element, allows the weaker poker players to get lucky sometimes, which allows them to keep blaming their poor luck on why they don't have success, and ultimately keep coming back for more and more, redepositing more money, which is the lifeblood of the entire ecosystem of the game. So you, as a long-term winning poker player, you understand this. You're able to take bad beats in stride. You don't flip out and start cursing your bad luck. Even worse, start berating other people at the table. You just say, nice hand, sir or madame, and you move on to the next hand with grace and humility. Does anyone say madame anymore? Anyways, moving on to point number 5, sign number 5 that you are a good poker player, and that is that you know the math and the odds. Now, once again, guys, there is tons of free material out there to help you these days. I mean, you can just do a simple Google search and you can learn the basic math on what are your odds for a flush draw on the flop, for example, and what are your odds if you miss on the flop and now you're on the turn. Guys, you need to know all this stuff off by heart. I often talk about these days, you know, a lot of people are studying really advanced sort of math with GTO and solvers and stuff like that, and you really don't need that stuff actually for the lowest stakes. I definitely would recommend that stuff once you start moving up to mid and high stakes games, but in the lower stakes games, online or live, I'm talking about like a 5-cent, 10-cent cash game, or a $1, $2 cash game at the casino, or maybe a $10 buy-in tournament on the internet. Really, all you need to know is your basic pot odds, your hand odds, and a little bit about implied odds as well, which is basically just a bit of a fancy term for how much are you likely to win if you hit your hand. Once again, I talk about all of this kind of stuff in my free poker cheat sheet, which will be the top link in the description below. But guys, learn the basic math. A lot of this stuff you really should just know by heart. Know what is the odds of a straight draw on the flop, for example. What are the odds of a gut shot straight draw to come through by the river, so on and so forth. You should know all this stuff off by heart. Make this game simple for yourself so you don't have to think about this stuff when you're at the poker table. So anyways, guys, these are the top 5 signs that you are probably a good poker player. Go ahead and brag about all your poker success in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.